Hello. In this video, I would like to introduce the Xiaomi Pad 6 review. I trust that this video is very useful for you. When you have already watched the video, you know about Xiaomi Pad 6 clearly. I am introducing to you the detailed Xiaomi Pad 6 review that is important, especially verdict, pros and cons at the end of the video. Please kindly enjoy watching the video as following. The Xiaomi Pad 6 was announced in April and launched immediately in China, but it's only recently that it has started trickling down international markets. We have been keeping a close eye on this one as it offers a nicely rounded experience and a few must-have accessories that won't break the bank. The Pad 6 grabs your attention right out of the bat with its no-nonsense unibody design and moderately large 11-inch display, which has a high-resolution, 10-bit color depth, 144 Hz refresh, and Dolby Vision certification. There are 4 Dolby Atmos speakers to complement that impressive display too. Xiaomi's Pad 6 runs on the powerful Snapdragon 870 chipset and comes with either 6GB or 8GB RAM, 128GB or 256GB of storage. There is no cellular connectivity for this Pad 6, and unless Xiaomi decides to release its Pro version outside China, you will be out of luck. The Pad 6 supports Wi-Fi 6, there is a large 8840 mAh with fast 33W wired charging, and it boots Android 13 with MIUI 14 with support for up to active 4 apps on the screen. Xiaomi is also selling a high-quality cover case, a magnetic smart pen, as well as a special keyboard case with some rather strong magnetic attaching. Indeed, the Xiaomi Pad 6 looks like a promising tablet suitable for multimedia, gaming, working, and even school. Let's check it out. The only obvious omission we can spot from the specs sheet is the fingerprint scanner. While it's not the most convenient biometric security for a tablet, it allows for easier online payments and unlocking. Granted, mid-range tablets rarely have that option anyway. Design and build quality. The Xiaomi Pad 6 is a thin and lightweight tablet with a Gorilla Glass 3 screen cover and aluminum unibody. The matte aluminum across all sides is really nice on touch and grippy enough. The 6.5mm thin edges are flat, making for a secure grip and great handling experience. The Pad 6 is your typical tablet with a large 11-inch display free of any interruptions. The Ips Lcd panel has 309 ppi density and supports 144 Hz dynamic refresh rate, HDR10 and Dolby Vision streaming. Additionally, there is Smart Pen support, should you decide to opt for the magnetic and Bluetooth-compatible Xiaomi stylus. The screen bezels are thin enough and even across all sides. If you are holding the tablet in landscape orientation with the USB-C port facing left, then the front 8MP ultra-wide-angle camera will be centered on top of the screen. This camera supports focus frame, a fancy name for subject tracking via cropping thanks to the extra wide field of view. The Tab 6 has 4 equally powerful speakers with Dolby Atmos support, all symmetrically placed on the left and right sides, considering we are still talking in landscape terms. The left side also has the power/lock key next to one of the speakers. The tablet does not have any biometric security, there is no fingerprint or 3D face unlock. You will have to rely on PIN/password, or if you want to make the unlocking more convenient, you can set up 2D face recognition and/or unlock by Bluetooth accessory like a smartwatch. The right side has the USB-C port and one of the microphones between the 2 speakers. There is nothing on the bottom. The top has the volume control key, 2 microphones, and the magnetic pin for the optional Smart Pen stylus. Xiaomi Pad 6's rear side is mostly clean. There is a black square housing, which accommodates the 13MP rear camera, the LED flash, and yet another microphone. This housing is jutting out a bit, and if you are using the tablet on a table case free, it will wobble a little bit. The 3 magnetic pins for the optional keyboard case are also here. The magnets are indeed as strong as advertised, and we never detached the case by accident. Overall, we had some great experience with Xiaomi Pad 6. It offers a solid build with premium materials and a secure grip for comfortable handling. Accessories. Xiaomi Smart Pen, now in its 2nd generation, is probably the one accessory any Pad 6 user must have, as it's quite minimalistic yet useful. The stylus has a 4096 level of pressure sensitivity and a 150-hour battery life. The Smart Pen supports magnetic charging and draws power from the Pad 6's cell when attached to it. Xiaomi says a minute of charging provides up to 7 hours of battery life. The Smart Pen, 2nd Gen, can be used for taking quick notes, paint, or even draw. It has 2 buttons. The one closer to the tip is the primary button, and the other, secondary. The primary immediately launches the Notes app, so you can take a quick note, and while doing it, you can switch between different nibs and colors with the secondary. Outside the Notes app, the second key can be used to mark an area and take a quick screenshot of it. You can use both keys for scrolling a document or a web page. Xiaomi Pad 6 keyboard case has a 1.3mm key travel and 64 keys. It supports custom shortcuts, and the keys are coated with a special luminous ingredient to make them glow a bit more in dim conditions when light is reflected from the tablet's display. That's Xiaomi's alternative to backlit keys, which can play havoc with the battery. The case snaps very well onto the tablet, and it's comfortable for both working/typing or just watching movies. Naturally, opening/closing the case will unlock/lock the tablet if there is no PIN/password. Finally, the Xiaomi Pad 6 cover case allows for more versatility if you don't need a keyboard. It has 2 folds, and this way you can have 2 different angles when it is acting as a tablet stand. The Smart Wake Up and Sleep Upon Open and Close are available, too. Display. The Xiaomi Pad 6 has a gorgeous 11-inch Ips Lcd screen of 2880 by 1800 pixels or 309 ppi. The display supports 10-bit color depth or 1B colors, dynamic 144 Hz refresh rate, and Dolby Vision and HDR10 streaming. The screen covers the DCI-P3 color gamut, has no notches, and is protected with a Gorilla Glass 3 sheet. It is also assisted by a color temperature sensor, so it can color correct the display based on your ambient light. Xiaomi has listed 550 nits of typical brightness and up to 1400:1 contrast. We've completed our display measurements and couldn't match Xiaomi's numbers. We captured 426 nits of typical brightness and 500 nits of high maximum brightness. The contrast was 1060:1. Those are still solid numbers for a tablet. The minimum brightness at point white was 1.4 nits. Battery life. The Xiaomi Pad 6 is powered by an 8840 mAh battery. According to Xiaomi, it should be enough for 65 hours of music playback, or 16 hours of video playback, or 23 hours of book reading, or 27 days on standby. The Pad 6 scored 11 to 31H of web browsing on our battery test and 12 to 34H on looped video playback. These scores are not bad at all, considering many tablets can offer sub-10H endurances. We don't calculate tablet endurance ratings, as our formula for phones takes standby battery draw into account. Applying the same formula for tablets with their larger batteries doesn't make sense because their standby power draw is minimal, so we focus on the active screen-on tests instead. The web browsing test was carried out at 144 Hz refresh rate mode, whereas the video playback test was done at 60 Hz. Charging speed. The Xiaomi Pad 6 supports 33W fast charging, and the tablet ships with such power adapter, with USB-A output. In our testing, the Xiaomi Pad 6 charged to 20% in 15 minutes, 38% in 30 minutes, while a full charge took 90 minutes. Interestingly, Xiaomi advertises 99% in 99 minutes, but we got a slightly better charging time. Speakers. The Xiaomi Pad 6 has 4 speakers placed symmetrically on its shorter sides, 2x2. They are equally loud and powerful and support Dolby Atmos. The Pad 6 scored a very good mark on our loudness test, and we can confirm the sound is notably loud. Even better, the audio quality was very good, too, with excellent thump and vocals, and good even though not great high frequencies. We carried the test with Dolby Atmos on by default. We tried it again with Dolby Atmos disabled, and we found the speakers lacking in bass, worsened vocals, and the same highs. That is why we recommend keeping this enhancement on. Android 13 with MIUI 14 for tablets. The Xiaomi Pad 6 runs on MIUI 14 on top of Android 13. MIUI for tablets isn't that much different from MIUI for phones, though it does include a couple of improvements such as landscape orientation, with 2 columns built in some apps, and enhanced multitasking. The Pad 6 has no biometric security and you must rely on PIN/password or not as secure 2D face unlock or Bluetooth accessory recognition. There is no always-on display option. MIUI 14 is business as usual, all apps are on your home screens, optional app drawer is available, there is support for widgets, large folders, and quick shortcuts, tap and hold on an app. The Google Discover page has been optimized for the large screen. Performance. The Xiaomi Pad 6 is powered by the Snapdragon 870 chipset from Qualcomm. The SD870 features an octa-core CPU in a 1+3+4 configuration with the prime core maxing out at 3.2 GHz. The Adreno 650 handles the graphics and should deliver flagship-grade performance, including HFR gaming. The Pad 6 has 3 major variants with LPDDR5 RAM and UFS 3.1 storage, 6 GB RAM plus 128 GB, 8 GB RAM plus 128 GB, hours, and 8 GB RAM plus 256 GB. The Xiaomi Pad 6 offers more than decent performance in this price range even if it is not chart-topping. Its processor and graphics are enough for smooth UI and multitasking experience, as well as breezy gaming. We also tested the sustained performance and it is excellent. The tablet scored 94% CPU stability and 82% GPU stability, some impressive numbers, indeed. Finally, the heat dissipation has been done properly on the tablet as we never felt hot spots on its unibody. Cameras. The Xiaomi Pad 6 has 1 rear and 1 front camera. The rear one uses a 13MP OV13B January 3 6-inch sensor with 1.12 M pixels. It sits behind a 28mm f/2.2 lens, and autofocus is supported, as well as 4K video capturing. The front camera employs the 8MP 1/4 SK Hynix High 846 sensor with 1.12 M pixels behind an unusually wide 18mm f/2.3 lens. This camera supports the focus frame feature. It will keep you centered in video calls by smart cropping on the go. And if another person pops into the frame, the viewing angle will expand to accommodate them and then shrink upon their departure. Neat. The camera app bears the standard MIUI marks, only adapted to the large screen. The shutter release button is always within easy reach of your right thumb, whether in portrait or landscape orientation, and modes are easily switched with side swipes in the viewfinder. Our verdict. The Xiaomi Pad 6 starts at €399 for the 6128 version, and that is one very tempting price. It is a good update over the €329 Xiaomi Pad 5 with an improved aluminum unibody design, higher resolution and higher refresh rate display, faster hardware and charging, and some great first-party accessories. The Pad 6 is great for multimedia of any sort, offers excellent gaming on the go, and its 11-inch Dolby Vision display is great even for book reading because of the color temperature sensor and the automatic screen adjustments. The powerful 4 speakers with Dolby Atmos add to the overall great experience. The software, while rather clean, offers excellent multitasking options and is quite intuitive. Furthermore, with the help of the Smart Pen, €100, and the keyboard cover, about €100, you can even use the Pad 6 for some productivity. Xiaomi's Pad 6 is fast and powerful, with great display, speakers, and surprisingly good camera quality. Its battery life is solid, too, and the charging speed, even if not the fastest, is improved over the previous model. Overall, the Xiaomi Pad 6 is an easy recommendation. The reasonable price tag is yet another reason to like it. Pros: flagship grade aluminum unibody. Excellent 11-inch Dolby Vision display. Powerful Dolby Atmos quad speakers. Great performance and stability. Top-notch photos and videos from the rear camera, good from the front one. Good battery life and fast enough charging. Clean and yet powerful MIUI with superb multitasking. Keyboard cover and Smart Pen available for purchase. Cons: no cellular connectivity option, no GPS, no NFC. No fingerprint scanner. No microSD slot. Thank you for watching. See you next videos.